Our coalition, we started in 2016, and we came together to address the police killing our people. So we got ourselves out in the streets all hours of the day and night to stop them before they killed us, before they beat us or whatever. But as we were doing that, we realized there were about 50 people sleeping in this park at the time. So we realized we needed to also start doing something about that. And 6 years ago this month, we started a food program. And can anybody guess where we set up to start our food program? In this exact location right here. So that's how the spirit works. Ogechi didn't know that. I didn't know she had chose this spot. But that's why I wanted to play the video, just so y'all can see. We're in the exact location where we started our food program several years ago. But the primary thing I wanted to speak about was what some of us are doing to address the housing issue. Because this is not something that's happened by accident. This is not something that's happened because it's our fault. But this is something that's very intentional. Gentrification is a more updated version of what we call colonization. Basically, where people decide they want to come take your area, and they use different means. They used to use a lot more force preceding what a lot of us see as gentrification now. One of the things they did in areas like this was gang injunctions. Plant drugs over here so they can have an excuse to come and remove what we call the warrior class. But they call them today, they call them gangbangers. So that's how they always go, and they take over an area first. They target what they see as the strongest or the greatest threat in that area, and they start removing them. So there was a gang injunction in, I think it was 2011, where they rounded up 70 brothers from the 40s right here. But they went all the way down Crenshaw. They started with the Inglewood families. They hit the 60s, they hit the 40s, they hit the jungles, and then they hit the 30s. And in each and every hood, they locked up about 50 plus young brothers, which would have took over those homes as their families passed away. But those were just one tactic of gentrification. Another method is what they call adjustable mortgage rates and reversal mortgage rates. Basically where people get into a position to where they want to fix up their homes or they want to do something, so they go take out a loan. But then they tell you, okay, you don't qualify for our regular loans, but we got a special loan just for you. And they sell it to you to make it sound all nice. You sign up initially, and you're paying a rate that you can't afford at first, but then in 2 years, that rate jumps up. And it jumps up just a little bit, so you can pay it then, but then in 2 more years, it jumps up more, and it keeps jumping up to where you can't afford it. We actually lost a duplex right down the street through one of those loans. But from like 2008 till now, banks like Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, Citibank, PNC, Truist, most of the major Bank of America banks that we're told to bank with each and every day are doing this. There was just a congressional hearing in September. And in that congressional hearing, they revealed that not only are these banks coming into our community, taking our properties, if you have an account with them, they are hustling you. They are taking your information, they are opening phony accounts in your name, interrupting your credit score. They are paying you peanuts on the money you put into their banks, but when they turn around and they loan that money, they charge high interest rates, which widens the wealth gap, which makes it further difficult for people that got jobs, businesses to maintain in our communities. So from the 1990s till now, we've lost almost 300,000+ black people in this city. And as you see right now, the cost of living is going up more and more and more. And as you see, gas right now is at $7. With that staying at that price for a length of time, all products that are moved with gas, with oil, will follow. So a lot of you know when you walk into the grocery store right now, $40 don't buy you the same bags of groceries that $40 bought you just 2 months ago. So again, they're making the cost of living unaffordable for us in this city. And part of the hoax was to have us out of here by the time this train opens. Right. So the fact that we're right here today, that this train is now open, that's a victory for all of us.
That's right.
But the thing is with these people, they don't ever stop. So even though that was a major victory, you best believe right now they are plotting and planning on how they're going to get us out of here. So we, the African Town Coalition, like I was saying with the police, we didn't just want to show up after the police kill somebody. We spent all hours of the day and night from here to Inglewood, to Compton, to Long Beach to proactively make sure they stop killing us. So right now we have a campaign with the banks where we're doing the same thing. Chase Bank right now has a program where they're putting $30 billion in our communities. And they started this program in 2020 after we got out here as a result of George Floyd and started shutting down the streets. Now, Chase Bank is saying they're putting out billions of dollars. Wells Fargo is putting out billions of dollars. All these, there's 7 major banks that are putting billions of dollars into our community. Companies like HBO, Amazon, Yahoo, all these major white companies said they're putting these millions and billions of dollars. So why is the homeless crisis getting worse? Why are more and more of our people out here on the streets? Because that's a game. They announce those numbers and you're like, okay, well, we'll give Chase a pass. They're putting $30 billion in our community, okay, whatever. But once you put a microscope on those programs are guaranteed to miss all of us right here. They set up qualifications where most of us can't go in there and ask for that money for them programs. So what we're doing is we're proactively putting our foot on their necks to make sure those $30 billion reach those of us that need it the most. Brothers and sisters been dying in this park right here. Our brother Lucky died right over here under one of these benches. Our brother Matt Capone died out here. Our sister, I forgot her name. Our sister Yogi, she died out here. Osiba, he died out here. Brother Dave died right here on Degnan. So while they're setting up these programs for certain types of people, but missing all of us who they want to look at as trash, they tell us African Town, but you know, you guys are doing a lot of great work, but it's just the types of people y'all working for. You know, types of people, and this is coming out of the mouths of other black people, telling us they don't like the types of people we're out here fighting for. So that's why we have our foot on the necks of these banks right now, because we know, one, they got the money, but two, we know these are trillion-dollar corporations. So these little $30 billion they're putting out, these are crumbs based on what they're taking from us. When you look at all the black homes that we have lost, when you look at what people having to pay for rent is going up more and more and more. This is intentional, but then they turn around and they throw our crop to us, and because we're broke, yeah, $5,000 sound like a whole lot. $50,000 sound like a whole lot. But when you're dealing with a $1 trillion corporation, do the zeros. Look at the zeros between trillions and the zeros between thousands. They're missing out a whole lot of zeros. So when we talk about reparations, when we talk about equity, we're talking about more reasonable investments that will put you in a house. That will put you in a house. That will put you in a house. And they got the money to do this with no problems. Just like when Nike want to come out and they'll give each and every one of us some free shoes to make sure you turn around and go buy them shoes next month, they can put each and every one of us in a house. And this isn't something that I'm just making up. We've been documenting it on our Instagram page. Fight to Save Black LA. If you can, go there right now and start following that page. Fight, the number 2, Save, S-A-V-E, Black LA, as in Los Angeles. And you will see the information. B. Hall's about to share some information. Our sister Amber's about to share some information. But when you don't know, they can keep telling you, oh, you don't qualify for this grant. You don't qualify for that loan. At this point, we not asking for no damn loans. Okay. We demanding you give up what you took from us, what you took from our mothers, what you took from our grandparents, what you took from their grandparents. All 7 major banks have history in slavery. So that's how long they've been exploiting us. So when we're telling them to give to us, this isn't something unreasonable. This is something long overdue. In 2017, we were shut down about 7 Korean liquor stores, Korean businesses. Huber's Liquor Store was one of them. Mrs. June, she used to not hire no black people. She used to be the highest liquor store in this community. So we started boycotting for a couple weeks, and folks was like, okay, she got the point, leave her alone. And we was like, no, she gotta go. So some black people was mad and was like, nah, man, leave Miss June alone. I like her. She sometimes gives me a free beer. And we was like, no, Miss June needs to be giving us some jobs. I mean, if anything, we need to be owning that. But if Miss June is gonna own it, she needs to be giving us some jobs. She needs to be reinvested in the community. So we kept boycotting and boycotting. And then finally, Miss June had to leave. Some new Koreans came in. Now you see black people working in there. They're no longer the highest liquor store around here. And they invest in community programs each and every month. And part of what we found was, because we were boycotting 12 of them, we met with their higher organizations, one called the Korean American Grocery Association and the Korean American Federation. And when we sat down with them, they said, you know what? We know we should be giving y'all money back. We know we should be giving y'all jobs, but y'all don't ask for it. So we not about to give up nothing y'all don't ask for. So these banks, they know the same thing. That's why they told us, okay, we'll give y'all $30 billion. But this is across the country. So again, by the time it gets down to certain people, it's 5,000 here or 50,000 there. We're telling them no. No. Y'all took our homes, so we want our homes back. Y'all took our apartments, so we want our apartments back. That's right. And now another thing they're telling us, well, some of the unhoused people don't want to be housed. We're telling them no. Everybody wants to be housed, but a lot of people tired of dealing with the bullshit. That's why a lot of people out here, they're not going through them programs, filling out all them applications, showing up to all them interviews to be told, okay, you know what? You got to go sleep in a shelter for 6 months. They told us COVID was killing people left and right, but they want to tell you to go stay in a shelter. Or if you got a car, they say, you know what? Y'all get too comfortable over here in Africa town, so we got a parking lot way out there in Carson we want y'all to move to. They call them safe parking lots. So this is what we're telling them, no. You're going to give us homes. You're going to invest back into this community what you took out of it. So I did bring some flyers. We need your help. If you're available on Fridays and Saturdays, we need y'all to show up with us. The more that shows up, this thing goes a lot faster. All right? Trust me. We fought Walmart for 4 years. It took us 4 years to get Walmart off of Crenshaw. And it started going to customer. You know this is where you should be shopping. Out of 10 people, we might get one person every day to say, okay, and they leave. But over 4 years, it got around to the community. People stopped going there, but also their shareholders said, you know what? They started pulling their money out of Walmart. So we got to do the same thing with Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and all the rest of them. That's what we're going to do until they start giving us our homes and not these damn shelters. We love y'all. Black Power, we the African Top Coalition. Oh, just one last thing. We had some food in some boxes back there. Did somebody take them?
No, they're right there.
Oh, yep. So the food in those boxes is free. Take whatever you need. Okay. Otherwise, you got to throw it away at the end of the day. And also, we have another booth about halfway down there where we got some food stuff too. All right?
Thank you, Billion.